Oh boy, the wrong Missy, more like the wrong film to watch. I actually watched this film last week, but I've only just got around to talking about it, so I was making a video on it. I want to talk about it because it's a very baffling movie. I haven't watched a comedy in a long time, I guess, but with all the stuff going on in the world right now, I've just thought, you know what? I quite fancy a dumbed down, stupid Adam Sandler type comedy, which is his company. I thought I'd give it a go. Me and the girlfriend watched it over Discord, so it wasn't just my opinion, but now, don't get me wrong, we love watching really crappy stuff. We watched the show recently, well not recently, before the lockdown, we finished it. It's called Some Assembly Required, and we always drink every time there's a joke that isn't funny, and then we somehow actually managed to like the show by the end of doing that, but anyway. So yeah, we like crappy things to watch, but this was so crap it wasn't funny. Like, The Room's so bad it's funny. This was just bad. And it's a really baffling film because, I mean, there are a few moments in it that are kind of funny. There's a few little bits that made me laugh out loud. I can't recall off the top of my head like that. But I also have not watched a film in so long where the lead character, I just forget they're even in the film. Now, David Spader's a weird one because it seems like David Spader's been around for a long time, right? And I swear I've seen him in nothing. I haven't seen David Spader in a film ever, I swear. I always see him, like, pop up in interviews and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Apparently he's a big deal in comedy circles. I've never seen a film with him as the lead before. So I was like, okay, I guess this is like kind of the Adam Sandler crew, you know what I mean? He's part of that crew. Watched it and he was just so boring and bland. I just thought, what? You could have hired anyone different. Oh, I just haven't watched a film in so long where it's so baffling, like the choices. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm all for some writing where nothing has to make sense. You know, half my job has been writing comedy for things that don't have to make sense. All my Smash Bits stuff, I mean, I tried to make sense for some of them, but you know, a lot of them are just kind of nonsense and stupid shit. I mean, I improvise all of them, obviously. So, you know, I completely understand when it comes to just making up nonsense and just stuff that what you want to make people laugh doesn't have to make sense. But this is a film. An hour-and-a-half film with actual proper actors in it. Not written by just some goon at home who's doing all the voices and making up some dumb shit. It's had like someone said to me, right, we're gonna pay X amount for this script. Why would you not at least try and make it coherent? Do you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck, honestly, who the fuck wrote this? And if you haven't seen the film, I'll give you the lowdown. So yeah, it's been like 2 minutes we've ranted about it. I haven't told you what the film's about yet. It's called The Wrong Missy, as you know. And essentially this guy goes on a date with this chick called Missy. I think that's her name, an actual name. I don't remember the real character's name. Anyway, the date's horrible. She's fucking psycho and weird. And I guess it would work if it was just, no, she was only in that scene, right? The actress who played Missy, she was only in that one scene because it's just it's too much. Then he meets this other woman named Missy, invites her to a office retreat, invites the wrong Missy, hence the title. He invites the psycho one instead, and then, you know, antics ensue kind of deal. But the antics are a bit shit, and also it doesn't make any fucking sense, because the problem with these kind of films, right, is that they're like, you know, I want to impress the boss, this and this. And I'm telling you right now, man, the problem is people can't relate to this kind of humor anymore, because in a way, like, I hate to just be like a stereotypical person, like, oh, it's boomer humor, but I feel like in this day and age, not many people would be like, oh, I know, I've got to do everything to impress, I'm gonna lose my job, whatever. You just say, look, I invited the wrong person. This is not the Missy I met. I fucked up. Like, my boss, you know, he might laugh at me and think I'm an idiot, but why the fuck would you want to torture yourself for the whole weekend and pretend? The humor doesn't work anymore. I don't think that formula, because I feel like our generation especially, and maybe even, I don't know, every generation after are going to be a bit more blunt with people. I think, personally anyway. That's why I kind of find it hard to watch these types of films. But I also feel like even older films, you know, didn't stand bullshit. That's why Friends, I think, as much as Friends like has some really bad writing on some bits, it works because a lot of the characters react how normal people would. Does that make sense? Like, they don't be like, oh, okay. They're like, what the fuck are you doing when someone does something stupid? They call them out. And like, why would the David Spade, I don't remember the character's name. Why would he not just say, look, I invited the wrong person, I'm an idiot, boom. End of film, bada bing, bada bling, send her on her way. Why? Just doesn't work. Anyway, so, the main character, the Missy character, is intolerable. I mean, don't get me wrong, the actress did a good job with what they told her to do. I don't really get the whole her being some weird demon character, which I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, she's just unbearable, like to the point where it's actually exhausting just watching her on screen, because no one in the universe can be that obnoxious unless they're like really fucking drunk. Do you know what I mean? But she's not. She gets drunk obviously in some bits, but she's doing that shit before she's even had a drink. So it's just like, okay, right, so you're just a horrible person. And if you have seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then, you know, I'm gonna explain now, but basically she's intolerable the whole film. And one of the biggest reasons why the last half an hour was, this is why I want to talk about it, was seriously some of the worst, if not the worst written film I've ever seen. The last half an hour makes zero sense. So, on the retreat, the main character meets his ex-wife. His ex-wife is also with a dumbass, like, jock kind of character who's like, oh, but he thinks Missy is really smart. Like, not smart, really funny, right? So clearly they're meant for each other more. It's just pretty obvious. Like, in my opinion, as just someone who's, I guess, written a lot of stories and scripts, you think, okay, so what's gonna happen here? He's gonna go there, he's gonna probably get over his ex, he's gonna get back with the ex, or he's gonna end up with the real Missy, because the real Missy, he got on well with her anyway. They literally got on so, they both didn't drink, they both had the same things, like, why would you, she is a better match for him. Anyway, there's a really confusing scene. Oh yeah, sorry, and just one last thing as well, sorry, I keep interrupting myself. You think the jock character is gonna end up with the wrong Missy, right? That just seems like a given. Because he thinks she's hilarious. Why would they not end up together instead? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, there's just all these dumb throwaway characters that it just make, oh, think about it, it's hurting my brain. So Missy has the ability to hypnotize people, right? So she hypnotizes her boss to love David Spader's character, the main, we'll just call him the main character, okay? I don't remember his goddamn name. So he starts to like her then because she's helped him, but it's not like he's done it through his own merit or, I don't know, done the therapy and then helped in that way. She's literally hypnotized him. So it's a trick. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. She hasn't not done it from his own merit. If she had therapy with the guy's wife and then, oh boy, now they're friends, then she helped him, fair enough, but she didn't. She hypnotized. And then this is where I got lost. Honestly, I got lost in the film. So, the ex-wife of the main character who's on the retreat, I guess is jealous. So she goes to the main character's hotel room, ends up meeting Missy, right? Now, bear in mind, like I just said, Missy can hypnotize people. So, the main character comes back, and then she's there with a glass of wine, like, ah, Missy's great, we get on really well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, well, she's obviously hypnotized her, right? So then there's this random threesome scene, which is really not that funny at all. And he ends up getting more of Missy. So the whole time I'm thinking, oh, she's been hypnotized anyway, because obviously why the fuck would the ex get on well with the wrong Missy? I mean, she's awful. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. Also, why would they just randomly have a threesome? Honestly, it makes fucking no sense at all. So I think they're hypnotized. So anyway, the ex leaves the threesome. Never explained again. You don't even see the ex really after that. So she wasn't hypnotized? So she just decides to have a random threesome with the wrong Missy, who, by the way, isn't very good looking anyway. Last person you'd even want to have sex with, considering she's literally, like, she literally raped David Spader earlier on in the film. Now, imagine if that was the other way around as well. Like, it's fucking weird. Even me watching it, I was like, she's actually, like, raping this guy, and it's fucking weird. Also, their sex is really awful. And she does some weird kink that he's, like, you know, everyone's allowed their kinks and whatever, but he's clearly not into it. So why would he want to have sex with her? Just, anyway, after that scene, he falls for her, I guess, and then wants to be with her instead. The right Missy comes along, and then he's like, oh, I missed the wrong one, whatever, and he keeps trying to get back with her, and then eventually he does. And I've never seen anything so stupid in my life, honestly. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of these kind of comedies in a while because, again, they just hurt my brain. But this film, honestly, I had brain damage by the end of it. And I don't mind watching something that's stupid and dumb because I don't mind it's a cheap laugh. Honestly, I don't even care, but I actually full on got brain damage. Like, what? It doesn't even make any fucking sense. None of it. And you know what the worst thing is about this? It's not funny. If it was funny, I'd be like, okay, who fucking cares about the wife character and the wife's boyfriend character and nothing works, nothing doesn't make any goddamn sense. Fine. It's funny though. But it's not. It's just fucking boring. And the jokes are terrible. I mean, I don't know. Who's writing this stuff? Sorry, honestly, it hurts my brain. Just stay away from it. I mean, I guess watch it if you want to see like the stupidest film ever. Maybe it isn't the stupidest. It's just the stupidest of my standards right now because I haven't seen this kind of thing in a while. But oh, it's exhausting even talking about it. I need to stop. Anyway, if you've seen the wrong Missy, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't, leave a comment down below what the worst film is you've ever seen, which has given you brain damage. Yeah, that's how bad it was. So yeah, I'll see you next video.